everybody. Thank you once again for joining us for an adventure in Orland. I am your guide for the evening, the Haven Master. And before we begin, I would just like to say if you are looking for a D&D group to join or just to hang out and listen and have some fun, uh, please feel free to join our server. We have multiple games running throughout the week. We have live RP, and we just have random things happening at any given point in time. Feel free to join us. We'll have links in the description and what have you. With that,
Enter at your own risk.
enter at your own risk, definitely. With that, we'll go ahead and get started on our next adventure. First, though, I would like to introduce my lovely players with us. This evening, we have our tech recording guru person, Fish the Forgetful. He's quite forgetful all the time.
Mhm.
Head
And
empty. No thoughts, head empty.
and we have, of course, the wonderful Mr. Serb.
What's up? And obviously I have to give you the reminder.
Yeah.
But did anyone remember to tell Fish how to play his character tonight? Not to do that.
I love it.
We're keeping an eye on it.
Yes. I think like 3 of us have his page pulled up just to be safe. We have, of course, our lovely cleric that we have sent on an emotional roller coaster the past couple sessions.
Fuckers.
That's putting it mildly, I suppose. Miss Dutchy.
Fuckers.
And then we have joining us for his 3rd session with us since he's created this character months ago. The Ginger. Gingy, say hello.
Gigi, Papa,
The Ginger Ninja.
My
the
God.
Ginger Ninja.
We have with us a fellow DM of the server, Mr. Jeb. Hello.
Evening, everyone. Welcome to the chaos.
And chaos
Dum
it
dum
is.
dum.
Creeping
chaos is
along, so you probably won't hear from her. Creeping along and listening like the ever-present shadow. We have Miss Moto, and then we have our resident lycanthrope, Thorin.
Hey, guys.
Hello. And then we have another DM of the server and our homebrew extraordinaire, Mr. Tormy.
Hey, all.
How come Tormy got the sultry voice?
I'm jealous.
The god of petulance over there.
I'm
That's
sorry.
demigod.
I have to admit that I'm trying to seduce him.
The DM rolls to seduce.
And this is how things escalate on the server.
Very fast. All right, so getting into the game as we dive back into the world of Orland, back into what is technically a pocket dimension at the Everest Manor. Last time we were here, our group had the fortunate, if that's how you want to look at it, advantage and honor to speak and question the creator of all things, Pathos. And after learning some information and having some things dumped upon them, the godly family tree just continues to branch.
Yeah.
With that, you guys are in Great Hall slash dining room, whatever you want to call it. Mere moments after Athos had vanished. Toothless! Oh my goodness! Is that supposed to be Aster?
Sure. It'll be the stand-in for Alistair.
Alster, that's it. Anyways, mere moments after Pathos had vanished, everyone else had kind of gone on their way and given Saravine and Billy the room. I concede the floor to you two.
Where we at? Sorry.
You are
I
in
The
will
Great
screaming was
back.
about to begin.
I was gonna say round 2 of screaming.
No, I think
No.
we had said that we were basically going to just assume that she had it out with Philly about, training to kill her and not telling her because he knew and he didn't tell her and he kept it a secret and all that fun stuff.
If that's how you wish to play it, by all means, that's how we can do it.
It's up to Jeb. I just figured that that's what we were doing.
I'm
And-
good either way.
And for those who weren't able to see, there was some RP that also happened just to catch people up on that. Where Riot had kind of another breakdown, kind of, right, Ginge?
Yeah, Riot had himself another little mental breakdown after realizing what his sister has been going through since his departure.
Mm-hmm. So
He has gotten a little bit tipsy. I wouldn't say he's drunk, but he's a little bit tipsy.
well, first,
As
and
much
Saravine,
as much as he drank with not ever having drank before, and
yeah,
what
he
he was
doing,
drinking, he was definitely drunk.
yeah. So basically, Saravine and Riot had a come to Pathos conversation, and basically like get your head on straight or get out because this is not a like we're fighting gods, you can't be distracted because you're going to get yourself killed. And he's like,
Right.
yeah. And then Tarek got him onto the homemade moonshine and he started on that stuff and moonshine and it's homemade redneck moonshine. So
I was going to say, at this current point, Riot has now come to the mindset and conclusion that in order to save his sister, he is going to need the group to help back him up. So, in order to, in his mind, possibly gain the aid of these people, he is going to do everything he can to help squash this current scenario that they have found themselves in. He pretty much sees it as this is just another stepping stone to getting my sister back. So he is now more focused on the game plan and in a more focused mindset when it comes to everything.
Okay.
While still, yes, being drunk off some moonshine.
right.
Who
But I figured
last? Sorry, go ahead.
I just figured that's good information to kind of catch up.
Right.
Also, who had the book on Vidar last? Junker or Saravine?
I'm gonna check if I have it in my notes. If I don't, it would be Saravine.
Mm-hmm.
I remember him handing it to Junker.
Yes, he handed it to Junker. I believe Junker handed it off to Saravine before going to find Miss Elia.
Chicka bow wow.
That's what you get for having to rebuild your race.
Yeah, I think Saravine was basically trying to figure out, I guess, literally her family tree because, ta-da!
Mm-hmm. Um, because
So
I
as
was
I'm
gonna
saying,
get the book from whoever had it, so that I could start investigating.
Yeah, she's basically. I think she does have it, right, Tormy?
Yes.
Yeah. So she basically was reading up on her father, and that's what she would have spent her time doing. So yeah, she should be done by now, I would think.
and after getting a nice little drunk buzz going and setting the jar down, Riot has just been kind of pacing around the quote unquote manor in what appears to be softer conversation, as if he's talking to somebody.
Well, speaking of the drinking, uh, with how much you had drank, I am going to need
Unsay.
con save at disadvantage.
Kidney con saves.
Let me pull up my dice. Luckily, I've got a good con. Luckily, I've got a good con save. I got a +8 on it, so.
Consequences.
It is with disadvantage though, so that does
Yeah.
play a factor.
The only thing I have to ask is he close enough to be benefiting from the coat?
He was outside at this point, and you went off to find Elia, so probably not.
Then no. You wanted to make sure.
And we're not sure how
Ooh.
private that private conversation got.
Gotta be more disadvantageous than that. And it was, but not by much. Got a 23 con. First roll was a 19, then a 15.
And that 15 puts you at the 23.
Yes, with my +8.
Okay. You
You
ain't
aren't.
walking anywhere. You are stuck in a chair, just kind of like,
But you're not puking on yourself.
exactly.
Okay. Well, then he's just kind of sitting in his own chair and appears to be in conversation with somebody in a adjacent chair that is empty.
Um. So do we want to do, Sir? Do you want to come get the book, or do we want to jump into the? I'm not sure how private conversation with Elia.
Drackery is, and if he knew you were studying about your parents or your father, he would have gone back to the library.
Okay.
So he's in other books at the moment.
Okay. So Elia.
What about Elia?
Are we going to discuss the conversation he's having with Elia, or is that like private?
That's to Tormy. Do you want to have the private conversation, or is it something you're wanting to role play out?
I you said that we were at one manor, and we know that she's at the other one. So after we had all split ways,
Uh,
he would have like given it a couple of minutes while he was gathering a couple of things to keep what had just happened in mind. And if nobody else was around, he was going to leave a note behind saying where he was going and that he'd be back.
Were you going back to the Brotherhood?
Wrong person.
Oh, never mind.
Junker? Not
Wrong.
one.
Never mind.
You're good.
Okay.
It's I have the information that I needed to get to Alia. So that it doesn't get lost in other thoughts, I want to get it back to her. And if nobody else is coming immediately, he is going to leave a note and say that he will be back by nightfall.
Okay.
Alrighty then.
And he's going to use that wonderful ring that he was given to fuck off.
to fuck off and make some babies.
Well, at least to have an actual dedicated conversation about that. If that turns into things, it turns into things.
Fair. Is anybody going to try and find him before he leaves, or are they going to just find the note?
I'd say probably find the note.
Alrighty.
I don't know if anybody else is.
Well, we're gonna go ahead and yes.
Philly is, before he leaves, Philly is going to slip him something.
Okay.
Give me 1 sec.
Since I'm the only one on camera at the moment, please not tongue, please not tongue, please not tongue.
Those of you at home, we've said enter at your own risk. This is why.
Okay, I sent it to both you and Tormy. I'll let Tormy decide whether or not he wants to say what Philly slipped him.
It's against the purposes of what everybody is saying about his destiny.
Yeah, that is
true. It's a just in case you don't want to go that route kind of deal.
I already know what it is, and that's like defeating the purpose.
Exactly. Anyways, you're going to follow Junker for a minute as he uses his ring, pictures Greyheart Manor in his mind, and finds himself there. Now, before we go any further, I do need to reveal to all of you who are not part of the approved players game. There's a mechanic that we use in.
Oh, are you telling them?
In
Ty's an asshole. That's what he's telling you.
in that
Well,
game,
we already knew that.
Don't
yes.
tell.
Don't tell.
No, that's our secret. You want the secret? Pay to be an approved player.
Fine. We'll just hold that back for a minute then. Eventually, I will have to tell them though, because you will inevitably do something.
That's too bad for them.
It just happens.
They're just gonna be like, "What the fuck just happened?" And they're not gonna know.
There. All right.
You
Well,
want to know? Join us.
that is correct. Please feel free to join the Patreon and join the approved player game. Self plug. Anyways. You find yourself back at Greyheart Manor.
Did I freeze?
No. I just read your message to me.
Yep.
Ay, ay, ay. Okay. Anyways,
He's a mad scientist. You gotta admit, that's a possibility.
Fair. Anyways, you find yourself back at Greyheart Manor. And you find yourself in the reading room. You're all alone, books strewn all over the desk, and door wide open. You can hear, conversations happening up and down the halls as, servants are walking back and forth. What are you doing?
So Junker is going to, since he doesn't see where she's at right now, he's going to stop one of the servants and go, have you seen the lady of the manor? Where I can find her?
This servant just kind of looks at you and goes, I believe she is in her private library at the moment. If, like Master Junker, it is just down the hall to the left, her door on the right.
I appreciate it. And he because of the fact that several of the staff have gotten to know him as the way that he plays with food and stuff, he hands this particular one a chilled spoon and says, use it as much as you want over the next day. It'll last. And he walks away down the hall according to the instructions. There's a light rap at the door when he gets there.
You hear a man.
He swings the door open slow and walks in, closes it behind, turns, gives her a smile, and says, I finally have an answer for some of the questions that you had that I didn't have answers for.
As you're talking, I need a dex save.
Angel's gonna get right to it.
Well,
20. You said save, so I'm generally safe here, but 23.
Brown
when
chicken,
the
brown
lady of the
cow.
house pounces.
You
And this is why Philly
managed,
slipped him a lambskin.
you you managed to stay on your feet as Talia just launches herself at you and wraps her arms around your neck and seems to give you a bear hug of some sort that
Oh,
betrays her frame and is much stronger than someone of her size and stature should be.
keep that in mind when playing games.
Yeah, you don't want to break the joystick.
Why are we out of control today?
I don't know, but I love it.
So
And as you finish talking, she just lets go and she goes, Answers! Awesome! Let's go! Come, have a seat. Come, have a seat. And she literally just drags you across the floor like that. brings back the memory of that first time you met her, where she literally drug you through town with excitement. She plops you in a chair, sets a cup of tea in front of you, and then sits down and just holds her hand under her chin and just stares at you. So, what'd you find out?
For brevity's sake, he goes over what he learned about the what happened to everybody, what happened to her, and what our natural life expectancy is. Just so that we don't have to go through like probably half an hour of back and forth on that.
Okay.
And he wraps it up with, so from my understanding, from what Pathos had said, I'm pretty sure I understand most of it at this point.
As you finish explaining, she just kind of plops back into the chair, lets out a sigh, and she goes, "Oh, that's unexpected."
If nothing
And
else, the shock of getting a straight answer out of him.
she, after a minute of processing, immediately sits back up, looks you in the eye with this very concerned, motherly look on her face as she goes into matron mode, caring for all those in her charge. She just looks at you and she goes, "How are you handling this?"
Put it to you this way. As soon as everything was wrapped up right there, I took a few minutes to myself and I came straight to you, leaving the rest of the group there with a note saying I'd be back sometime before the end of the night. You needed to know, and you needed to know that I knew. And he gives a genuine smile.
She reaches over to him and takes his hand, covers it with her other, and she just goes, "Well, at least you've learned the meaning behind that prophecy." He lets go of your hand, and then she just goes, "If you'll excuse me, I need to process." And before you're able to say anything, she just kind of quietly walks to a side door, which you can only guess leads to her room, and slips through.
Junker's just gonna sit there, and after a minute, he's going to start looking at the books that she was reading through.
As you're looking at all these different books, a lot of them have to do with study of the weave itself, uh, certain ways to pull its magic. And then, most interesting book you see is actually on the ritual you yourself had just finished telling her about. As way she's got all these notes about it written down next to it in the margins and everything. It looks like it was viewed as more of a urban legend, not something that might actually have existed. And with you revealing the information that it did in fact exist and it is possible to do, kinda weighing on her mind.
This is also why he came here without expectation. He knew there were more possibilities than just, here's all the things, let's go do something. He it was a lot to process in the moment. It was a lot to process after, and he had to process it again talking to her. So he understands the entire thing, that this is going to take time. It doesn't matter if somebody is only has a couple of years to life or if they have eternity. Something big happens, they still need time to process. So he is going to sit here where she left him, poring over those books that she was just reading, seeing what can sink in, and he's going to give her time.
As all of this is going on, we fade back to the other members of the party. And you all are, going about your business. Saravine,
You
what are you doing currently?
reading. She's reading through the book, just trying to find anything that's going to help them, that's going to help her. Anything they might have missed.
As you're going through these books, you're reading yourself, Arrow approaches you. Excuse me, Miss Saravine. Might I have a moment of your time?
Of course.
I have a favor to ask. Need something
Kinda,
free.
she kind of gives him a narrow-eyed, suspicious look. Oh,
There is a rather large jewel that I find I currently need, but do not possess.
need for what reason?
To fulfill a contract of sorts with another customer. I've tracked its location, but getting to it and getting it by myself are two totally different beasts. I was hoping I'd be able to employ you and your companions to retrieve it for me.
I need to discuss it with them, given that we seem to have a lot we're facing at the moment.
Understandable. Um, just so you are aware, because I am sure they will ask you, payment is 30,000 gold apiece. You will receive half now, half upon your return. And I will give each of you an item of sorts. Something from my inventory that you may find yourself wanting or may find to be of interest to you.
Very well.
I appreciate you taking the time to hear me out. Go ahead and I will be in my quarters once you've made your decision. Do let me know.
And your father, is he still here?
Oh, he's still here. He's having his own private conversation with my brothers at the moment.
How do you feel of his state of mind?
Dear, in the centuries I have known him, I've never trusted the man.
As his own son?
As his son, I would like to think that his intentions are noble. But as a businessman and a fellow caster, I do not hold hope that they are.
Unfortunately, I find myself in the same mindset.
That's wise. Keep that mindset. And it will keep you alive. Now,
One would
if that
hope.
is all, again, thank you for your time. Bows, and then he wanders away.
Saravine doesn't trust anybody anymore.
Well, she certainly feels his pain about not trusting his father.
Oof. Just oof. All right. So, here's that.
Okay.
What are you going to do now?
I'm gonna go searching for the rest of the group and call a meeting.
You do so, and after, about 10, 15 minutes pass, everybody kind of joins back up around the table in the Great Hall, minus Junker, obviously.
So Thorin would be back.
Orland would have returned by now.
Drackery seems to have another crease on the side of his face.
I love you, Tormy. Crackery has yet another crease on his face. They're just gonna be permanent tattoos at this point. Right. So you've all gathered. Thorin, you did say you had returned by this point.
I was asking you if I had returned by this point.
Oh, okay. Yes, you would have.
Okay.
And at this point, exactly how sober is Riot? Like, is he able to
So-
comprehend what's
Not
going
at
on?
all.
2 days have passed since everything has gone down, and Junker had gone to Greyheart Manor, and you guys have had a little reprieve from everything. If you haven't done it with your character sheets, I suggest applying long rests.
I think I did, but let me double check.
Why do we still have temporary hit points? Are those gone at this point?
Because At this point, they would be. Seravine's healing does overhealing, and those don't go away until they're spent or a long rest.
Okay. And I think I forgot to. Yeah, I forgot to fix my HP.
Now that you guys are all gathered together, Saravine, you have the floor.
She's just going to convey the proposal from Caro and look around, and she'll say, no, I know that our plates are rather full at the moment, but if he's willing to give us items from his shop, they could be handy in what we're facing.
Dane pipes up. But did he say what we're up against? If it's something that he's worried about being able to do himself and he needs others, doesn't that lead to
Bad things.
something dangerous?
I was talking about what we've been facing, not what he's sending us to.
My apologies, Lassie.
I think with what we're actually going to be facing in order to put an end to what my family has started, we need to be as well prepared as possible. But this also is possibly putting us into a situation that could be dangerous. So I'm not willing to make the decision without everybody being on board.
At this point, and this is Philly speaking, at this point, any decision we make, any move we make, any step we take,
He'll be thinking of you.
I'll be watching you.
Thank you
Thank you.
all, because that's
Thank
exactly
you.
where
Yep.
my brain went.
Yep.
I pitched the ball and left it up to you guys to hit it.
I mean,
That was
that was
perfect.
like a tee-ball. You didn't even pitch it. You put it on the tee. I'm like, go ahead.
Yep,
Right
here,
there.
you got it.
Well,
Good
to be fair,
job.
with as uncoordinated and accident prone as Dutchy is, she might even swing and miss on a tee. So
Oh, 100%.
anyway,
There's a
Philly,
cheat mode for that. You just pick up the tee.
Yep.
No, I'd hit the
The-
ball and the tee would come back and hit me.
Oh, oof. All right.
Or hit the
Philly
tee and the ball
says,
would just drop
no
right
matter
there.
no matter what we do, we're going to be facing danger from this point on. So if it's something that could potentially help us with the inevitable, I say we go for it.
I'm not opposed to it.
Real quick. As you all know from last session, Thorin had run an errand. He is now back. You all notice that, well, those of you who care to pay attention, and Drackery, who just happens to see everything at once, regardless. He has a lovely new item sticking out of his bag.
What is that?
I will let him be the deciding factor as to whether he tells you or not.
I was gonna say, Riot doesn't notice. He's too busy looking over all of his weapons making sure they're all well honed and sharp, no nicks, no dings, nothing.
Starving would notice, but she wouldn't ask.
Uh, 1 sec. Just got a text I gotta reply to.
The occasional scrape of him with his whetstone.
Well, I ran an errand and got something that is going to help us. Something that well, we've been looking for a little while. Figured it'd be best to have a little more power in our corner than we currently do.
Billy, do you care to elaborate? We all are friends after all.
Well, he looks around the room before he says anything further. Ty, is there any sign of Alar present in the room or any sign of any kind of thing that would pop out from his true sight that would indicate that they were being watched?
Ilar's not in the room. None of the brothers are in the room. It is just your group minus Junker.
Oh,
Seeing him look around the room, Drackery gets up and makes sure all the doors are closed, and checks, looks down both ways down the hall outside of each one before closing it, and then sits back down and nods to him.
Okay. Well, you see, I took a trip back to fuck, I should have my thing book out. I took a trip back to Idrin, and took me a little bit of time, but I acquired the cloak.
What
the cloak.
cloak?
He kind of looks to Saravine and to Drackery and points to the 2 items that they are holding.
Oh,
Okay,
oh.
got you.
Yeah,
So
like I said, it'd be decent to have a bit more power in our corner.
we've 3 of the 5 now.
Um, yes, um, yeah, because we're missing the table. We're still missing the amulet and the rod.
Well, you know where the amulet is.
Yes. Currently, as long currently somewhere in the house, if he still has it on his person.
Ouch.
Okay? Heard an
Oh.
ouch.
It was one of those sneezes that pulls the back muscles. Sorry.
Ooh, hate those.
Mm.
Yeah.
That's
Ugh.
super
Yep.
fun.
Um. Well, we'll need to wait for Junker to return. Hopefully in okay condition.
Where did he head off to?
Um, he had to have a conversation with Elia, and
He,
you know,
he
I don't
kind
know.
of raises an eyebrow.
And Drackery makes the air quotes at conversation.
She just like shrugs her shoulder. He's got a job to do eventually, and I don't know.
I have to congratulate him when he comes back.
At about this point, Junker comes stumbling in.
Stumbling.
Everybody stumbling.
There's a there's like a thin vapor that's almost completely transparent of just like what most of you see the color of his eyes usually is just kind of seeping off of him. He is wasted on Manaberry brandy.
Mm.
I
Are you all right
cast
there?
I yes.
I
So,
cast
Irvine, if
lesser
you
restoration on him, but I'm worried that I'll make it worse.
don't want to use a spell slot, I could try it. I have.
I'm just a little concerned it'll make it worse. It'll make him more drunk. It's magic.
Where is it? There it is.
Tyler, can I gauge whether or not adding magic to his state's going to make it worse?
So, you are you haven't had a chance to read what all your staff does, have you?
No, my concern is because of the Weaveborn and adding magic when he's already inebriated. Because magic affects him differently.
Fair.
That's my question.
Yeah, you could easily judge that it's you can judge that it's not really going to affect him adversely one way or another.
Do you want me to cast the spell to save your spell slot?
What's the
I can
deal
do it
with
at
the
will.
staff, though?
I was just checking to see because I have a bunch of the spells I can do at will too with the staff.
Okay.
And I was checking to see if that was one of them.
I got mine from the necklace of prayer beads.
Yeah, you can cast it. That's fine. Because I'm still reading through.
So we're planning on heading out, buddy. And he taps one of the beads
Where?
on the necklace, walks over, places a hand on Junker's shoulder, leans in, casting lesser restoration on him. And
Found her
by
spell.
the
I knew it was coming. I knew he was gonna do it.
well, I was going to congratulate you.
It like it adds to that the aura of this just dripping off of him. It now has what is the color that is directly attuned to you?
What is the color
Thorin?
you view magic?
Yeah.
Wait, hold on. Hold on a second. Counterspell your counterspell.
She's like, nuh-uh. Nope.
That's why I brought up the staff.
Yep.
I knew it was gonna happen.
Fair.
I could see it in your eyes, Tormy.
So when he uses this, his magic has a dark and silver glow to it.
The silver seeps through all of the vapor, and for a split second, it just adds to the weight of it. But the other counterspell eats mine.
And he leans back in and he, by the way, congratulations. And then just walks back and lets the spell take effect.
Whoa.
Oh, Jeb,
Jeb disappeared.
is-
Seravine's watching his
Oh, he's
reaction to
back.
that.
He kind of just stands there in the doorway, continuing to lean like he was when he was drunk, and that's his reaction.
Well, she'll fill him in on the offer as well. And when she's done, she's just going to shrug and say, I am putting it out to everyone to make sure everyone's okay with a plan to move forward and collect the items that could be useful, but with the knowledge that we don't know what we're actually getting into.
To be fair, about 5 out of the 8 times, we haven't known what the fuck we're getting into anyway, or have been lied to. So it's kind of par for the course.
She's gonna look at Philly when he says being lied to.
Philly,
looking up-
Philly hangs his head.
Without looking up from sharpening his axes, Riot kind of chimes in. As it seems with our current situation, we're fucked if we do, we're fucked if we don't. Might as well go for the possible better outcome.
The fucked with the benefit.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Then I'll let Carol know. Do we want to bring him in and that way anyone can ask questions if they want?
All I
think
need
that
to
would be
know is
best.
what we're gathering.
All right. She'll go find Carol.
You head up to his room, knock on the door. He answers, like, I assume you've reached a decision then.
If you wouldn't mind joining us for a short conversation on the subject.
I don't see why not. He follows
She'll
you
lead him.
back down
Yeah.
to the group. He walks up to the table and has a seat in the chair. So I assume you all have made your choice? There are a couple questions, it seems.
What are
Yeah,
we
what the
getting
fuck?
into?
What the fuck are we getting? Yeah, we said that at the same time, sir.
Okay, so you both said the same thing, essentially?
Yes.
Okay, because I heard you over him and isn't sure. It just goes, as I explained to Ravine here, you are retrieving a rather large jewel, a sapphire in particular.
Is it just a plain jewel or are there properties to it?
As far as I'm aware, yes, it is just a rather large sapphire. And he
Okay.
looks
All
at
right.
Bane and
So
he says, About half his size.
Sizest.
Insight. I rolled a 30.
He's telling the truth.
And what kind of dangers are around this that give you pause to go retrieve it?
I'd like to know the answer to that question as well.
It's
Same.
not so much the danger that gives me pause, rather the numbers.
What numbers?
From my understanding, it's in a dragon's den.
Oh, now that makes things interesting.
And is guarded by 4.
4 dragons?
Oh, that's interesting indeed.
Hearing that it's not only not only in a dragon's den, but it's guarded by 4 dragons. There's a slight pause to the consistent grinding sound of Riot's whetstone on his axes.
And I'm not picking up any lies.
He's being completely honest.
That's a lot of scales.
Oh yeah, and
It's a lot of horde too.
How much could we get from them?
that depends on how good you are at harvesting things.
Also depends on what kind of dragons we're talking about.
Very true.
Do
If
you know
it's
what kind of dragons are there?
One moment, guys. Sorry, sir. Go ahead and ask your question again.
Do you know what kind of dragons are guarding it?
I do not know all the types, but excuse me, as dragons tend to stick with their own kind, and I know at least one of them is a blue dragon. Chances are all of them are.
Well, that makes things interesting. I assume as long as you get your jewel, everything else is pretty much left to us.
Correct. I have no need for dragon scales.
Oh, yeah, they
In fact,
do.
you are going into a veritable dragon's horde, which is why my offer price was so low.
Well,
All
It
I
is
care
said.
for
I knew
is
it was super low for some reason.
all I care for is the sapphire. Anything else you find, fair game for you.
They do say that if you do something well, you should be paid for it. I think a dragon horde would suffice on taking this.
When I heard 3,000 gold in an item, well, first of all, you don't have any items I want because you've already told me where to go find those.
Or 30,000 gold, not 3.
Oh, 30.
Oh, you
You
said
said 3.
3,000 gold each.
You definitely said 3,000 gold.
I said 30, and it just.
You
I
said
had,
3.
oh, I
No, no,
said
Yep.
30, and it probably just didn't come out completely. But yes, 30,000 each.
Oh, it's a different conversation.
Half now, half when you get back.
Hearing that, there's a longer pause in the grinding from Riot. It's just shink, shink, 30,000 each. Shink, shink.
Horn kind of just adjusts the collar on his uh coat. I have no qualm taking that on.
As
I don't
soon
have
as
any qualm
you-
taking on 30,000 gold either.
As soon as the words
And-
leave your mouth, a
and hang on.
bag of 15,000 gold appears in front of you.
Hang on a second. Nobody touched the gold yet. What if we take our item now and the 30,000 gold when we get back? Because the item could help us in this.
The better
Yeah.
question, I guess, would be, does he have the items here on his person to give to us now?
He opened a door in the wall for me to go in there and search the hoard. It's in a pocket dimension of its own. He just has to make the door on the wall for us to go in.
Arrow just nods and he says, "If that's how you wish to proceed with the deal, very well."
I mean, it was just a thought. That's up to everybody else. What do y'all think about that?
You have a point. The item could very well prove beneficial if he does have what we each are looking for.
So,
But,
just to clarify, we get the 30,000 gold and the item regardless. And
Correct.
anything we find in the dragon's hoard is ours to do with as we please,
Minus the sapphire, but yes.
minus the sapphire. Just wanting to make sure that it's not the 30,000 or what we find. I want to make sure what all we're getting before we fight 4 dragons.
veritable dragon horde is going to be quite a bit of money, but the task was offered at 30,000 and the item, so he'd, at least if he had any honor to him, would keep to that.
Caro looks to Thorin for a minute and raises an eyebrow, a bit of a look of, "I have done nothing but help you this entire time. How dare you?"
That wasn't a statement of questioning his honor. It was a statement made that he's not gonna fuck us.
That's not how it sounded to him.
Thorin looks back at him, gives him a little bit of a smile. Oh, trust me. I don't question your honor. Now, if we were talking about your father, there's a different story. Anyway, do any of you others have qualms with this task?
Not at all.
The only qualm I have is I don't know what the hell item I want.
I simply want an upgrade on one of the items I already have. Holds up the +1 of the all-purpose tools or the and the wand of the war wizard. Do you happen to have the second tiers of these? I haven't had time to. I haven't had time. That is the dumbest thing that I have said in a few days.
Caro just looks at all of you, ends up, walks over to one of the doors, draws a small little glyph on it with his finger, opens the door, and as you all peer into it, you can just see row upon row upon row upon row of shelves covered in items. It says, "Feel free to take a look. Everything is alphabetized and in order. Please. One item of your choosing
I'm gonna ask a question over the table real quick. Jeb,
Never that.
are you taking both Philly and Dane?
Yes, I spoke with Tyler earlier about that since they are technically in, an alternate dimension and everything. Dane would be traveling with them to get back home.
Okay.
He has a ring that he can just teleport home on his own.
It's true. He does. You all have
Oh.
them.
I didn't think Dane was given one of those rings because he wasn't with the original party when they got them.
They
Yeah,
were
he
given
was.
them. You were with us because we only got them when we came to the manor, not
Yeah.
Greyheart, but Alar's manor.
Philly doesn't have one.
Right.
Yeah, it's Philly who doesn't have one, but Dane will.
Okay.
But I have something I want to do. But
Which we should probably remedy that.
yeah, I want to give something to Dane. But if you're planning on sending him home, then I'll save it for one of the other characters who might be able to make use of it.
Well, I mean, I already talked to Tyler about it, about Dane being with the group, so
Okay.
he's at least gonna be with them through this part of the journey.
Okay. So go ahead.
Before you ask your question, just so everyone is aware, there is a limit to the item. Blue level max.
Okay.
Anyways, go ahead.
Was that?
Okay, well that answers that question for you, Tyler. Anyway, so Thorin will walk over to Dane, and out of his bag, he is going to pull out a scroll and hand it to him. We didn't have to use this against Alar, but this scroll is an anti-magic field scroll. You being a wizard, I feel like you might make the most use of this.
He takes the scroll. This might just come in handy.
It might.
And that you said a scroll of anti-magic.
Yeah, it's an 8th level spell scroll, and I just named it I just changed the name in my inventory to anti-magic field.
Because that's the spell it is.
Yeah.
All right. So
My only request is you don't do that around me.
8th level spell scroll.
All right, and
And
as you all are, kind of wandering the shelves, looking at stuff for what you might want, Hero just kind of shouts out to you, "Oh, by the way, uh, once you've picked what it is you want, you are, go out the other door. The other side is someone waiting for you."
Drackery found his item, so he will walk to the other door.
Yep, since we're limited to blue.
I've gone a different direction.
Um, Again, just to reiterate, up to blue rarity, and just so everyone is aware, there are a couple items that Arrow does not have, but are quest items
Okay.
that he can send you after. So once you get your item, please just either message me or tell me out loud so I can, oh, that's one of the quest items.
So Drackery picked his, and he'll head out the other door.
That will be there, Denris.
Okay, sweet.
Why did it take so long for him to get to this?
I don't know. As you all get your items and walk to the other door, who's the one that's going to open it?
I will.
Okay, so Zachary, as you open this door, you find yourself in a room. And in this room is a very familiar face. Inari is sitting in the room at a desk reading up on the ley lines.
Hello,
Inari,
Inari.
say hello.
What are you doing in my room? What, what's going on?
Kero sent us here?
Orland just kind of walks out behind Drackery, looks around. I don't believe we're in Manor anymore.
So what is going? No, what? The quest is in my room.
Um,
That leads to a whole different set of story. That's no. We were sent to you. I'm guessing he no idea. He didn't tell us who we were going to be coming across. Where the hell are we? Besides your room.
Well, it's the room the Brotherhood gave me to keep me out of the way because they got tired of me touching everything. Like, I don't know. I
Oh.
disturbed a couple of experiments. I might have moved some things.
You should seriously consider taking up a spot as one of well, technically you're kind of already in a way, but yeah, no wonder Rain takes such a liking to you.
I mean, listen, it didn't look important. If it was important, don't you think they'd put a sign up that said "Do not touch"?
Not, not in a
you
place like this.
Warren walks past saying, "The door was locked."
You should invest in better locks. That's all I'm saying.
I love it.
Well then, um, we're on apparently a quest to hunt some dragons. Care to join?
Absolutely.
By the way, there's 4 of them. Just so you know.
Man, can be terrifying in its own right. I mean, technically, though, we have a very unique group that, yeah, um, I think we'll be all right. I really do.
Well, are we getting paid?
Quite a lot.
30,000 gold. And an
Inari
item.
gets up, gets her stuff. You guys really should have led with that.
You
Uh,
also, if you go through the door, get an item.
Oh
Junker,
yeah, you should step in that room right there and grab an
Junker,
item.
Ooh.
As Inari stands up, she happens to swing her hand in just a way that a pouch of gold just pops into existence in her hand. 15,000 gold in
Sweet.
the pouch.
Wait, how come she
Oh.
got her money up front?
Because she
Oh,
wasn't with
shit.
us to choose the item.
Yeah.
That's okay. I don't need to grab an item.
Right back.
Okay.
Junker walks into the room, I'm going to shoot a thing to Drakery.
So as you guys gather round and everything, each of you gets a mental image of the location of where you're to go, and you all activate your rings. You're there at the entrance of this just massive cave.
Well, that was interesting. I didn't remember them doing that outside of the manor.
So you all head in? Yes? No?
Quick question over the table, Ty.
Yes.
Do I have permission?
Yes.
All right.
Yes, you can use them tonight.
So let me just fix this.
I'm giving all of you who have these items permission to use them.
I have to pull it up because if I didn't pull it up, I wouldn't know.
Right.
I need the right dice too.
Which means, Thorin, you get your lovely new ability with
Uh-huh.
that.
Uh-huh. Aha. Uh-huh. Thorin immediately, as they step up to the entrance of this cave, takes a moment, looks around. Is this an area in Orland?
Yes, it's actually on the Vigdoral side of the Dragon Tooth Mountains.
I don't remember passing quite a distance from this place, but the mountains are okay. Well, if we're hunting dragons, there's no time like the present. And he takes the coat off, leaving the cloak, and puts the coat in his bag, and assumes the form.
Mm.
And Dracry pulls out the falchion and splits it into the two scimitars.
All right. Before you all walk in, go ahead and roll me initiative. And then we'll start with you, Junker, so you can tell me what it is.
5.
Rackery.
23.
Orin.
27. No, 26.
Seravine's not back yet.
I'm here.
Oh,
I'm here.
okay. Seravine, what's your initiative?
Way, way better than Junker. I got a 6.
Riot.
You know, it's not a bad thing that the healers have the lowest.
Mm.
That's true. That's very true.
Riot.
18.
Eric.
24.
Okay. And then give me just a sec here.
And by the way, Riot just took another Great Axe +2. I don't have any more attunement slots. So I kind of got to be picky with what I get. So he just got another shiny axe.
Fair, fair, fair. Alrighty, Dane.
Well, Dane rolled a nat 20, which gives him an initiative of 32.
God damn. Right, and then let me get to it. Philly.
And also, give me 1 sec. I gotta switch back and forth here. I would just like to let you know that Dane is using his ability. Hold on, I gotta find it here. The arcane. Hold on, is that it? Yes, he's using his arcane abeyance ability. He's casting haste and concentrating the magic into a tiny bead that he is going to give to Drackery
What is,
to
I'm sorry.
use.
What is it?
He's handing you a bead, and he's
Okay.
going to tell you that this bead contains the
haste
spell haste spell.
Ah!
So you
You
can
motherfucker.
release the spell within, and it will quicken your movements, quicken your actions, and give you all the benefits of the haste spell.
You motherfucker.
Let's see. 5d12s, 1d8, 6d6, and 4 turns? 3 turns?
And then Philly, his initiative is a dirty 20.
Alrighty. Alrighty, so, Dutchy, you did hear me say that you guys have full permission to use your divine artifacts in battle, right?
Oh, she was planning to anyway.
Well, I mean, you and Thorin have the same rules I gave Serb about. It depends on the situation, but
That's why I asked for permission, because he told me that I could only use them if I have permission.
Gotcha.
oh,
Due
yeah.
to the way that the cloak works, I am most of the stuff has to be done. Some of the bigger things have to be done like right after you finish a long rest. So I'm just going to say that he was attuned to it after he returned the day before. He just doesn't use it.
You do not have to wear it to be attuned to it.
Okay.
And the cloak's the
Um,
only item like that. So
Quick
Okay.
question though, Tyler.
yes,
What about the
up?
true sight aspect?
About it.
Because that's kind of like an all the time thing with the staff. It's not her
Yeah,
using the staff.
Yeah, that is just something that is in constant effect.
Okay, so regardless, she's gonna have the true sight.
Yes.
I think everything else is like she has to actually use it, except for that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Alrighty, as you all delve into this mountain, the farther in you get, the more like gold coins just randomly on the ground you start to see. In the distance, you can actually see the faint glow of the sapphire you've been sent to get.
I'm scanning the area for dragons.
Philly is going to be doing the same.
As is Riot.
I have party members in front of me that have divine relics. I'm not turning on my my better sight.
Yeah, I was gonna say, don't turn on detect magic. Tormy, just
Nope.
don't do it. That's a bad idea.
You don't have
Nope.
to.
That's a 3 con saves right in a row, and each one's going to suffer disadvantage from the previous one, so bad idea.
Aravine detects magic at will.
Yep.
Oh,
Still
jeez.
has a good con, but disadvantage. You can still roll a 1.
There's that, and the disadvantage stacks. So
I did not want to roll anything there.
Well, that's a nice
Rolled
con
a very
save.
nice
you got
con
a
save.
29. 29 con save. Nice. Anyways, as you are slowly approaching, you can see the horde. Mountains of gold. Random swords and armor from adventurers past who've come in to try and take what they can. Then, curled around the sapphire, you see a sleeping adult blue dragon. Hasn't noticed you yet.
Stealth.
Mm-hmm.
Billy is also going stealth.
As I said,
As
it
is
hasn't noticed
Riot.
any of you, so for those of you using stealth, you immediately have stealth.
30.
Okay.
Junker is going to raise about a foot off the ground and stay there.
That 25 stealth.
Like I said, you immediately have it. You don't have to roll for it.
Just making sure, because like I didn't want to roll in that one, so I had to make sure.
Oh god, with the bonuses, Thorin's passive perception just went nuts.
Did it really?
Yeah, I just added all the bonuses to the stuff that he trades off with the cloak. I matched Drackery's investigation.
Yeah.
Yeah. Philly's got a 20 passive investigation, which is fairly good under normal circumstances, but it doesn't match that.
Anyways, what do you all do?
We only see one at the moment.
Yes.
Continuing to take a look around. Are there any signs of the other 3 that we were told about?
There's signs of the other. There are signs of 2 more of them.
Others.
I'm gonna real quick call Buckler out and just put him on the back of Thorin.
Okay,
Okay.
I like that.
That way,
Buckler's
all
up
of
again.
he's the one that does the aura of temp hit
Oh
points,
yeah. Okay.
and also bounces my +7 off of. So all of our melee people are going to have a mobile forward base of defense.
What's the +7 go to?
It goes to all of your saves and AC.
Son of a
Oh,
bitch.
shit.
God.
Oh god! Oh god!
Wait,
Oh,
what just
God.
happened?
Thorin just became a mobile fucking tank at 90 movement
And-
speed.
Hey,
It is a 10. It is a 10-foot radius around Junker and Buckler. That's it.
hold on. It's not over yet.
Oh, God.
It's not over yet. Let me get there. Come on. Yeah, it's not over yet.
Okay.
I'll say that.
Well,
So-
that's loading up. What exactly is going on, just so I know?
There's Dry.
Does it matter for you, Gingy? Because you won't know 5 minutes from now.
Yes, I
There's
will.
one dragon in the front, of us,
No,
and there
no,
is.
I'm talking about like why everybody's. I'm talking about like the buff that everyone's freaking out
As long
about.
as you're within 10 feet of Junker or 10 feet of me, which has Buckler on my back, you get a
Right.
+7 to your saves and a +7 to your AC.
Oh shit!
I'm staying within +7 of you.
Yep.
If you can keep up.
I
Technically,
mean,
can.
once you're all within front line, you're all going to be.
I'm gonna stay within 5 feet of you because 32 AC. Yes, please.
Hey
Yes.
Tyler, can we
More into the 35.
can we get a camera right now, Tyler? Huh?
No, because I don't have a webcam yet.
Oh, gross.
I want to see the look on your face.
Thorin is actually going to do something. Can I move Buckler?
He's
Yeah.
on your back, so
I'm going to pick him off and actually set him on Dracary's back. And there's a reason for that, because if shit hits the fan, I have ways of maintaining at least one of their attentions away from the party.
fair
Me
enough.
too.
I'm just gonna stick with Junker.
I'll stick with Dracary, but I have more I have more mobility at the moment.
As you all are preparing for your fight, you hear a very low growl.
They've seen us evidently. Um,
Tyler, do I see anything with the detect magic I have on?
No, they're
Okay.
not using magic as of yet.
But
Like,
aren't they considered magical beings?
They are, but with their age, they've learned to mask their presence.
I mean,
true side.
technically, a sorcerer is a magical being, right?
There. Anyways, you hear a low growl coming from behind you. You see
Spin.
the piles of gold start shift, cascade.
All right, Smaug.
Yep.
Riot draws his axes.
Two more adult blue dragons stand, towering over your party. Aid. You
Well,
are first.
be damned.
Well,
Should I talk this out first, guys? Maybe.
Dane just looks at the two dragons that are towering behind them now and looks at the crossfire and just goes, well, fuck. He moves his full 25 movement speed to try and get off to the side, since he would have been one of the ones at the back of the party being a wizard. And then he looks to Thorin and says, "All right, Wolfie, time to do your duty." And he extends his hand and he casts haste on Thorin.
Oh
Okay.
god. Oh god. Oh god.
Yes.
Um, Ty, how big is this cavern?
I mean, it's big enough to fit 3 adult blue dragons in it.
Uh-huh.
Plus, there's another dragon in here, so I'd say it's probably about 400 feet from floor to ceiling, about 300 feet across.
300 feet across.
So it's about fuck me feet big.
Yeah.
Um.
It's literally the inside of the mountain that's essentially been hollowed out.
Okay.
By the way,
Um,
everybody has. I rolled an 8, so everybody has 13 temporary hit points because Buckler does a good job.
Buckler does. Thorin has actually exceeded that, so the 13 doesn't really do anything for
Fair.
him at the moment. Yeah. Okay.
Dane, was that your turn? Are you
Hold on. Yeah, hold on. I'm reading something here.
The dragons are their own creature type.
Yep.
Yes. I am going to then hold my bonus action.
Okay.
And
Trigger.
I'm holding it until my next turn.
He's using his chronosphere thing, his special item that he has.
My Dane's chronodial. It's an ability
Yeah.
for my chronodial.
Okay. Enough.
So I'm going to hold my bonus action and take a defensive stance.
Thorin.
And how, based off of the map and everything, how far off to the side was Dane able to get in relation to the two dragons?
You use your full movement speed?
Yes, 25
Okay.
feet.
That would put you about 15 feet to whatever direction you went, left or right, and then about 10 feet back from that.
Okay.
Essentially in a
Well,
diagonal type deal.
okay.
So
Okay.
that would then put you 40 feet away from the dragons.
Okay.
All right, Thorin, you're up.
Okay. These two dragons that appeared behind the party. How far are they from us?
1 sec. So they would be 40. So that would be 25. Other, I hate math.
Math.
Dane is 40 feet back, or 40 feet away from them. He was essentially right in front of them. So they'd be about 15 feet in front of the party.
Perfect. After having, transferred Buckler over to Drackery, Thorin lifts off the ground about 10 feet, staying just within the range of that.
Okay.
Looks back at the two that popped their heads up and, rose from their gold piles. Gives a wolfen smirk. lets out a howl, and from where he's at, he is going to draw both his blades and make 3 attacks against them.
Okay, against both of them, or just one of them?
We're gonna take one of them for the moment.
Okay, so A or C. A is on the left, C is on the right.
Let's go A first.
Okay, roll to hit.
And I'm just making sure I'm doing this correctly. Let me we are going to so as part of this, I think this has to be within. Yep, that has to be within. Okay, so I can't use that one. Yeah, we'll do that. We'll just let it all go at once. So to hit the first one. That is plus his. Okay, so his is a 25 to hit.
That hits.
Okay. Now, make sure I'm doing this correctly. So that is 3d8 from the blade. I'm going to use one of my uses of because this actually plays really fun into this. I'm going to use one of my uses of favored foe and name the blue dragon as my favored foe.
Okay.
Which will add a d6 to my first time hitting it on each turn. And then we are going to let's see. Okay, so 3d6 for that, the 1d6 for that, and 3d8, 1d6. I am going to throw a smite on this.
Okay.
And smite 2d8. God, I need more d8s. Fuck.
Okay. Crap. Give me just a quick sec here. Everybody who remember your initiative number. Because I wasn't aware Nari
Yes.
was going to be able to play. So I took her out of the encounter. Give me a sec, adding her back in. There we go, never mind. It has a thing. Inari, roll me initiative real quick.
Mm-hmm.
12.
And okay, so I'm expending a. We're gonna just start with a first level spell slot for this. And oh Jesus Christ, I don't have enough room on this dice tray.
You're getting into Serby problems now.
Well, here's the fucked up part. I am going to, because I hit with a melee attack, I am going to activate one of my channel divinity abilities, Hunt's End.
Okay.
So whenever I hit a creature with a melee attack and use my Divine Smite feature, I increase the damage dice of Divine Smite to a D10 instead of D8s. and it doesn't fall into any of the categories that affect it. So that's the D10s are where it stays. And then I can then re-roll any of the damage dice once and must use the new roll. So 2d10 those there, that. Okay, and that is inventory actions. So 7 plus calculator. My fucking calculator. Jesus fuck. Plus 5 plus 3 7 and then okay. So the first attack is 37 points of damage.
Give me a sec here.
And that was against A. I'm just going to speed this up.
Okay, so you said the first one was 37?
Yes.
Okay.
Okay. All right. So ooh, that's fucking crazy. The next, okay, so then it would be a so my 3 actions are the next hit will be a 26,
Hits.
a 30,
Hits.
and then using my hunter skill for Horde Breaker. Are these 2 dragons within 5 feet of each other?
Yes.
Okay, so then C will be receiving an attack.
Okay.
We're gonna do C's last because it's a nat 20.
Fuck off.
Please tell me your divine weapon has something like mine for crit.
Oh, mine has something a lot worse than that.
Yeah.
Um,
Well, I'm just gonna kiss that dragon goodbye.
and then no fucking okay. Where's my phone?
You need your calculator.
No, I need my fucking camera.
I'm gonna murder you. I just know it.
You probably are.
Max damage.
No, I rolled my bonus action attack.
Another
Another
natural
nat
20.
20.
Yes, on a different dice. On my mini dice.
Good God.
So A and C are both getting a crit. I'll do those last. This one is just a basic attack. The 2 that hit beforehand are just basic attacks. So that is going to be, let's see, 7 plus. Oops, no, I hit the wrong button. 7 plus. 9 plus 4. 21 on the second hit.
21 misses.
No. That's damage.
Oh, okay. And this is still on Dragon A, correct?
Yes.
Okay.
And then it is
Ba, 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 ba.
6, 23 points of damage also to A.
Okay.
Those are the 3 main strikes. The Horde Breaker crit is going to be 3d8. I'm going to pump a Divine Smite into this at 2nd level, giving me a... Where's my other fucking D10? Right there. So if I'm not mistaken, that should be... do I not have... Did it not show that on here? It does. I got a 5th. Okay, so yeah, 3d10 there. And then I'm going to activate the special ability of the cloak. And I am going to spend 3... How many do I have? Yeah, we're going to spend 3 hit die.
I have a feeling that this is the test run for Ty on how well these items
Mhm.
do.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So I'm going to... so I get... God damn it. Okay, so this is 3d10 is then... Okay, so 3rd D plus 30 plus 8 plus 8 plus 7 plus roll. Eight. 8 plus 4 plus 4 2 plus 8. I gotta roll these guys one more time. God damn, I wish my phone would be faster. Plus 5 plus 8. What's that? Times 4. Plus 84. Okay. Dragon C with the critical on the Horde Breaker takes 289 points of damage.
God damn it.
Jesus freaking Christ.
Are we gonna do anything tonight, or what? Is it just him?
Right, that's what I'm saying. Save some for the rest of us. God. Ty's gonna have to throw in fucking like 3-4 more dragons.
Just wait until I jump in.
I'm not.
Oh.
I'm just using the shit that I've got. I'm sorry.
This dragon lets out a very high pitched screech as your attacks just dig into its flesh. It is bleeding profusely.
Okay. Okay. So, based on this is we're gonna do that again. Okay. So,
The way it's going right now, the rest of us can just kick back and sip mimosas.
I'm guys are
Got
worried
all the
about.
moonshine.
Anything else, Thorin?
I'm doing the last. I'm doing the last crit, and then that's on A, and I'm done after this.
And Nari's got her flask. Let's just drink around the corner.
Right,
We're just
who
gonna go
got it?
sit behind a rock. He's got this.
They don't need me.
Am I next, Ty?
No. There are two more in front of you.
And the 35 hiding dragons.
Only 34.
Uh-oh. And one of them happens to be Tiamat?
No, Tiamat's dead.
I was gonna say, yeah, Tiamat's just dead completely. He ain't coming back.
I was making a jape.
It's Bahamut.
Um,
Hey,
See,
Uncle.
my
And then-
crits heal everybody.
Crits just hurt people. My crits heal people. We are not the same.
Oh no, it's half the damage that I do. Everybody is healed for. And that last time I think it was 160, 170 damage that I did.
Yeah.
Yeah, all I get to do is I get to add an extra attack damage roll when it comes to adding damage for crits. I just hurt more.
Hey,
You
wizard,
heard
we
me.
all gained a level. What can you do? I can now cast Fireball. What about you, Barbarian? I can
I can
swing
now-
one more time.
I can now attack
um,
twice. With a happy tear in his eye. I can now swing my slab of metal more.
okay, this one is Dragon A is taking plus the 91. Oh shit! Come on. That plus 91. Are you serious? Equals 268 points.
Yeah, that high pitched screech from the other dragon is nothing compared to what this one lets out, as it loses a wing, one of its horns.
And he is going to float up. I said 10 feet at first. Now he's gonna stay where he's at. Stay at the 10 foot up, and then that's the end of my turn.
Okay.
And because of that, I now have a 195 threat range when it comes to opportunity attacks.
That just
After these dragons take their hits, the entire mountain begins to shake.
as it is filled with piss.
And instead of just cascading gold, you all feel the mountain shake as just tidal waves of gold and silver and weapons and jewels and all sorts of treasure and hoard start to fall as the final dragon, upon hearing the screams of its comrades, begins to rise. And once it gets to its full height, it actually beats its wings once. And
A hurricane.
a hurricane happens. And there is enough force on the upswing that what once was darkened cavern is now open sky. The top of this mountain is just blown away.
And you hear who the hell woke me up?
And you see before you just a massive creature as an ancient blue dragon stands before you. And all of you need to make me a wisdom save.
Okay.
Which I'm good at.
Those of you who are within 10 feet of me or Buckler, remember your plus sevens.
33 for Thorin.
Oh. Well, not 20 plus 8 plus 7, 35.
And I will be right back. I gotta
24.
piss like a racehorse.
Okay.
31.
20. Nat 20 for Dane.
15
And
for Tarek.
a nat 1 for Philly.
Oof.
Riot got a 26.
I can't do shit for Philly because nat one's nat one, but I'm flash of geniusing my own and getting me over a 20.
All
22.
All of you who got over a 17 succeed. So, Tarek and Philly, you are now frightened of this dragon for 1 minute. And it looks at all of you.
They just pulled the Baron.
Yeah. Nope. And it looks at all of you and goes to swing its tail. And let's see, that is a plus 12 to hit. All right. Orin. Oh wait, he's not here. He's going potty.
I can look at his sheet.
Nah, it won't hit him anyway.
It's also 10 feet. He's also 10 feet in the air.
He does some like weird parkour crap. Or like just the dragon's tail goes to sweep at him, and he's able to dodge it because he plants his hands on two of the dragon's like tail spikes or whatever. Just uses them to like boost himself up just enough to get over dragon's tail with how big it is. What?
I'm back.
Oh, there you go.
What's
Oh,
up?
The dragon swung its tail at you and missed.
Oh, okay.
You did some fun parkour things because of how big the dragon's tail is. You were just able to get over it because you planted your hands on like the top of its tail as it's swinging.
Uh huh.
The splits in midair.
Awesome.
It lets out a massive roar. As Tarek, your turn is up.
I mean, I have like one option here. Oh, that's blinding myself with my watch.
Yeah, don't do that.
That's ridiculous.
Uh,
Did Drackery move away from me? Or is he not gone yet?
He hasn't moved yet.
And haste gives a +2 to AC, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I had to add that in there because I hadn't done that yet.
I don't think there's a whole lot I can actually do here.
Are you doing anything?
Can I burrow 3 feet underground?
I mean, if you want to, I don't care.
Fuck it.
There's
let's do it.
also 2 dragons that are severely hurt 15 feet away from the party.
That you aren't frightened of.
Mm-hmm.
But
I'm gonna go smack them.
doesn't frighten make you run away from whatever you're frightened of?
I mean,
Can't
technically, yes.
actively so the way that it reads, you can't willingly move towards the one that
Mhm.
you're frightened of. But it
Okay.
doesn't say that you can't move towards one of the other ones, as long as moving towards that one to attack it doesn't also move you towards the one you're frightened of.
Right.
Right. And those 2 that I hit were behind us, so technically I shouldn't be moving towards the one that he was frightened of.
And how far away are those ones?
15 feet.
15 feet.
Time to smack them. I'm gonna move over to them and
Okay.
try to hit it with my great axes.
Okay.
Roll's not on my side today.
It never is, Whiff King.
I'm holding up that today, even with a +11 to hit.
What'd you roll?
I rolled a 3 with a +11. That would be 14.
Yeah. That attack doesn't hit.
What about 25?
Yeah, that attack's
No,
it.
no, sorry.
Which one are you attacking?
Uh, whichever one looks more stupidly hurt.
Okay. You said a 25?
23.
23 misses.
Now I'm just standing here against the other 2.
So your turn's over?
The defensive stance.
All right, Serby, you can have your fun.
All right. I'm going to release the spell from the bead. And hmm.
Wait, can I go before Serb so I can do him a solid?
Serby?
Well, were you here earlier, Moto, when I gave him a bead that has the haste spell cast in it that he uses on himself?
Probably not.
Okay. Because that's what he was doing right there, is using the bead to cast haste on
Yeah.
himself. Which
Release
by the
haste
way,
spell on myself.
before Moto finishes her thought, just so that you are aware, Serb, you act as the caster, and it is a concentration spell.
Okay.
So you are the one that is because of the way that ability works. You're the one that's casting the spell, so you're the one that's maintaining the concentration on the spell.
So if you take damage,
So
you
if
have
you
to
take
roll
damage, you have to make a
10
con save.
or you have to make a con save for 10 or half the damage you take each time you take damage to maintain it. That's all.
Okay.
I want to hear what Moto's going to do to give him the bonus.
Yes.
Yeah, no, never mind. Haste is better. I'll just be back here drinking with Saravine.
And Junker.
Well, could
And
what you
Junker.
could what you were wanting to do stack with that?
So I was gonna throw out counter charm as my action, and then bardic inspiration on Serb.
What does counter charm do?
So
she starts performing. During that time, her and any friendly creatures within 30 feet that can hear her gain advantage on saving throws against being frightened or charmed.
Oh, okay. Well then, bonus action compelled duel on the ancient dragon.
Okay.
I was gonna do it to the two behind us, but since he already fucked him up,
Right. What does compelled duel do? There it is. Attempt to compel a creature needs to make a wisdom save because I knew it had a save attached to it. I just didn't know what kind. Where'd it go? There it is. What's the DC on that?
You probably saved.
It doesn't say. It says you cast the spell as a bonus
Yeah.
action, causing your character level and damage, and not costing a spell slot. This variant of the
Then
spell does not require concentration and grants resistance to all damage done to targets the target has disadvantage on attack rolls against, except me.
Compelled duel is a wisdom save for the normal,
Yeah.
and it would be
the normal save calculation, if it doesn't specify.
It goes against his DC, which is 12. And yeah, he did not.
Okay, so now it has disadvantage against attacking anybody but me, correct?
Yes.
And everybody who gets damaged by it has resistance to all types of damage.
Yes.
All right. Now, do I want to go for B? Or do I need to come back there and kill those off with y'all? Let's roll a d6.
Are you saying you against Dragon B?
hey, Serb.
Yeah.
That spell that you just cast, if you attack any creature other than the ancient dragon, will end that spell. Even at the
does it?
variation. Yes, that's
Yeah.
part of compelled duel. You're
Okay.
challenging it to a fight one-on-one.
All right.
So if you attack any other creature, that spell ends. If you cast a spell that targets a hostile creature other than your main target, it ends. And also, if a creature friendly to you damages the target or casts a harmful spell on it, or if you end the spell with your turn.
Your turn more than 30 feet away.
Right.
How far
Metro,
is that from me?
Adult dragon?
Yeah.
It's big enough, it's literally basically in your square.
Oh,
Just by sheer size alone, it's literally like right there. You are literally able to look up and directly at its snout.
Into its
does
nostril.
a 26 hit it?
26 does not.
Hey, sir, do you have 2 actions per turn?
Well, I used my first action to release the haste spell,
Yeah, I was
and then that
making
was
sure
my
you had.
attack, and I used the bonus action to compel the duel.
Well, I was making sure you had 2 actions for your
Yeah.
action economy.
The haste spell would give him the other action. That's all.
I wasn't sure if the divine weapon that he's got gave him 1 or anything like that, an extra 1. So I was just trying to help.
Not, I don't remember it saying anything about an extra attack.
So, because
No.
Brent was, or Dane was the one who gave you the bead, and all you were doing was basically crushing it to activate the spell, I'm going to let you use that as a free action.
Tyler, it does say in the ability that they have to use an action to do
Oh.
that.
Okay, never mind.
It's
I
still
didn't know
item.
that.
It's still item interaction. So
Fair.
All right, well then I guess I'm going to take a defensive stance and um
Okay.
that I think that's it.
As you compel this ancient dragon to a duel, and it focuses on you.
Oh, wait. Um
Yes.
since this is it says it's no action. Uh evasive footwork.
Okay.
Use one of my superiority die and give myself an extra 4 AC.
Okay. As I was saying, since you've compelled this dragon to a duel, it looks at you and it is going to use one of its legendary actions.
you cast the sound from the ring. Got it.
No, and it's going to let out a massive roar as lightning starts to arc.
Counterspell.
It's not casting magic. Calm your shit. As its lightning starts to arc off of its scales, and the 2 adult dragons that are injured start to do the same. And then it lets out a massive roar as lightning starts to arc throughout the chamber.
Do you need
Philly.
a save from me?
Nope, no save. It it wouldn't affect you anyway because it'd be a deck save. So,
Drackery
I mean,
just yawns.
he still would have to roll because nat ones are a thing.
no, he wouldn't. He has a what is it? Evade or
Well, I would
Evasion.
still have to roll with evasion.
Yeah.
It's a if I save, I take nothing. If I don't save,
Oh.
I take half.
Okay.
Which
So
Philly has
two movements
evasion
to
as well.
make. Yeah, you'd have to do the deck save then. Oh,
27.
yeah, you succeed. He exercises in futility.
The only thing that wouldn't allow me to save would be an nat 1.
Oh, lovely. Dragons A and C then roar and let out that lightning crackle as well, targeting Billy. So I need two deck saves from you as it's coming from two separate sources, please.
Okay. The first one is a 14.
How close are you to Drackery?
Not he moved up and Philly hasn't gone yet, so
I haven't moved. I'm where I started.
I thought
Yeah,
you moved up to be
No.
in. I thought you would move to be in melee range.
No, the dragon is right there in front of the party. He didn't
Okay.
have to move.
It's just that damn big.
But he's still like 15 feet over from me.
Right.
So unfortunately, he's not within my range. He may still be within Junker's range, depending on where Junker was.
I mean, at this moment, as long as nobody's completely moved away from the party like Dane did, everybody should
Philly.
be.
Yeah, Philly should be within range to get
You
the
are
plus
getting.
7.
Yep.
Okay, so then that would make that a 21.
That saves for the first.
The well, the plus 7's not gonna matter on that one because that's another nat 1.
May I suggest you change your dice?
I'm going to.
I'm gonna say
That
those
is
dice
going
belong
into
in dice jail right now.
it is going into dice jail.
All
You
right.
jump out of the way of one, right into the way of the other.
Oh.
Nah, he takes half, so it's less that. It's more he jumps out of the way of one and has to spring and arc over the other and pulls his back doing so.
He pulls a hammy.
Oh shit! I don't have enough d10s.
Uh-oh.
Oh, excuse me.
Those are words everybody wants to hear.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
There's that. Let's see. That's 6, 12, 13, 19, 3, 2, 6, 3. So half of 33.
Would be 12.
Yeah. So 12 damage.
Or no, I'm sorry, not 12. 16. Sorry.
Yeah. Yeah, you're right. It'd be
Yeah,
16 because 32 is. Yeah.
right.
Anyways, so yeah. So 16 damage.
16 damage to Philly.
And
Okay.
Philly's turn.
It is now Philly's turn. Okay. Well, Philly is going to he's not going to like that, so he's going to cast Dissonant Whispers at a second level. And I need a wisdom saving throw.
Dissonant Whispers is a wisdom save? I thought it was a con.
It is a wisdom save.
Messing with your head, man.
Okay, fair.
There's a
Which dragon were you targeting?
The one that hit me.
Oh, okay. And you said it was wisdom. Okay, so this is where the fun comes in. Because I nat 20'd on that save. And we all know where Philly was for the past however long it's been in game. Being tortured. It's electricity. So that nat 20 allows me to do this. Because of your PTSD from the torture, getting hit with that lightning kind of sparks a memory, and you kind of have a violent hallucination where all the members of your party start to look like Istara, essentially, to you. Now,
Okay.
I'm gonna make a roll. Maybe. Where'd that die go? There it is. Because of that, you kind of re-target with your spell. Nari, need a wisdom save, please.
Part on part action.
Yeah, this is gonna go badly. I already know.
You have a
Dun,
plus
dun,
7.
dun, dun.
23.
All right, so that does save. So you would be taking half damage.
Roll that beautiful bean footage.
All right, so I guess since he's seeing everybody as Astara, then I was gonna say some quip to the dragon, but seeing Astara, he's gonna turn and he's gonna be like, "Joke's on you, you pixie bitch. I'm into bondage and torture, but I've had better." And then he casts his spell,
Aw, see?
and
Called her pixie bitch too.
so
You guys
wow,
really are related.
that's a really good damage roll. It's a good thing you saved. So the damage roll was 20, so you're taking 10 psychic damage.
Yay.
And everyone, as you see Philly cast his spell at Inari, and she feels the pain of it like hit her. How do you all react?
Surprised.
What the fuck?
What the hell you doing there, bud?
Riot now sees another possible enemy. In the back of his mind, is he a turncoat?
Where's the pixie bitch?
Well, with that, we are gonna go ahead and freeze time, as it is 12:30 in the morning. Sure, all of us would like to get some rest. We will continue this battle next session. So,
I guess before we do, can I finish my turn?
oh, yes, you do need to do that. That is my fault. I apologize.
Yeah,
Yes,
that
continue
would
your
that
turn,
way
please.
that way we don't start mid turn.
Yeah.
I'm going then to just use my my cunning action to try and hide in the
Dane dives in the pile of gold to hide.
Philly.
well, it's
Philly.
Philly.
Okay. Give me that roll.
And changing the dice worked because I got advantage on it. My second roll is a nat 20.
You're hidden. You all just, after he attacks Inari, you all just see Philly kind of like swan dive into a pile of gold. I'm free. I'm free.
Joke's on you, bitch. I'm into that, but I've had better. Skeet.
Yeah, pretty much.
Scrooge McDuck, people.
Anyways, me and my players.
Smash your face on a bunch of gold coins.
Break every bone in your body.
Yeah, pretty much. It's concrete. Anyways, from me and my players, I thank all of you at home for watching. Like I said at the beginning of the session, if you would like to join us, please feel free. Come on over, join with us, tell these stories, get involved, and most of all, we thank you. Remember, may the dice be ever in your favor. Night, everyone.
Night, everyone.
Bye.
Good night.
Bye.